Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all having an amazing and productive day. This is Bunya Business here today, coming out with a video where we'll be talking a little about how you start investing in Earth 2. Before we do get started, I would like to say please subscribe, please leave a like, please share, all of that, as that really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, this is my first video, so it would give me feedback as to what to do in the future. If you throughout this video find anything helpful or just in general learn something new, please use my referral code. It's going to be down in the comments below, but it's also going to be on screen right now. This will give you 5% off whatever you buy in Earth 2 and will also help me out as a creator. All of this being said, this video is going to talk a little about how to start investing. As I said previously, I'm gonna help you walk you through like a step-by-step process, right? And also this video, it will sort of be like a video that you can send the link to your friends if they're considering to invest in Earth 2. But first of all, let's talk a little about the concept of Earth 2 here. If we go on the official site, earth2.io, right, you can scroll down, you can read a lot of different things about it, but I'm gonna sum it up for you here. You gotta imagine the world, right, that we currently live in. Now imagine this world virtually. Let's say that you were to buy the Statue of Liberty, right? It's very famous in our world that we live in, our Earth. Now virtually, if you buy this piece of land, right, that has the Statue of Liberty on it, you can sell it further down the line for greater profit if this concept of Earth 2 does take off, because people will want to own this virtual piece of land because it's also a valuable piece of land on the actual Earth. Okay, this is basically the concept of Earth 2, right? Intertwining the virtual world with the actual Earth, and this has a lot of potential if this concept does actually become something, but it's also a very risky investment, right? Because you could potentially invest and nothing else happens and you're kind of stuck there, your money's in the system, you don't know what to do, you haven't profited, so you need to be careful, okay? And just to clarify, I'm not a financial advisor here, so please do your own research. This is only for educational purposes. And yeah, I'm obligated to say that so that I don't get sued if any of your investments go wrong. Alright, so the very first thing you want to do, okay, is you want to go onto the Earth 2 page that we were in previously for the intro. But just to do it again, it's a step-by-step process. Type in Earth 2 on Google, okay, and press the first link. Right. What you're gonna do from here is you're gonna go under this tab here called About. Okay, this is gonna give you a lot of information as to how can you make money, and just in general, this tab here is gonna tell you a little more about the dev team. Then afterwards, you go on to the how-to part. You read through this. This is gonna, a little more practical stuff, right? You want to read through this as well, and this is gonna give you a basis of how is the system functioning at the moment. Now, the last thing you want to do is you want to go back onto Google here, okay, and you want to type in Earth 2 frequently asked questions, okay. We do this, press the first link. Now, if you're only gonna read a little bit, please read through this section here, this entire thing, these 82 or so questions, because this is really what's gonna give you the most value, okay? Because this is gonna tell you the basics of the game, right? How can you make money? How does advertising work? What should your strategy be whatsoever? And if there's anything in particular you're interested in, you can use the text here as an example. Let's say I'm interested in, say, the app. Okay, I press the app. And here comes the questions. Okay, only one. Right, question 3. Will there be a mobile app? You read through that, you sort of get a basic understanding of how this game works, okay? And that's important because this basically you're gonna find most of the information about the game in on the actual website, okay? Because they're very transparent as to how the game is currently functioning. So this is gonna be your first step, okay? Okay, so step 2 is understanding the different phases of Earth 2, okay? There is going to be a lot of different phases. The devs said that they're going to try to always keep the game interesting and relevant, so they're always going to add new things, right? But for now, we're in phase 1. Phase 1 is basically where you buy different tiles, different pieces of land, and when all tiles are bought, that's when we go to phase 2. Now phase 2 That's basically gonna be how where you start being able to gather resources. If you have like a gold mine, your gold mine will now help to somehow provide gold, you know. But also in phase 2, the devs have said that they'll roll out like buildings so that you can build on your land. Let's say you own 750 tiles in Africa in the middle of the Sahara Desert. You might say, okay, it's not very useful as of now, right? Phase 1, because who's going to be interested in it? But for later phases, a lot of people might look somewhere where the tiles are cheap and they might build big cities there, which some people have said they're going to build big cities in the middle of the Sahara, the Western Sahara specifically, right? This is going to be phase 2. Now for phase 3 and so on and so forth, there's not a lot of info out there, but just in general, right? Try to get a basic understanding of how the different phases work and what they bring, okay, and how you can use this to determine your strategy, as we'll talk about your strategy for step 3. Now for step 3, we're here on the world map just to bring you something new, right? Step 3 is basically gonna be for you to determine which kind of strategy you want to use. There's a lot of different strategies. There is a strategy where you flip tiles, which is basically you buy tiles for cheap. As an example, when I first started out, I bought some tiles like in East Cameron, right, somewhere here, for 10 cents a piece. And now they've increased, I think 80% last time I checked. Okay, this is flipping tiles. If I was to sell the tiles that I bought, I would have made an 80% profit, but I'm not gonna sell it for now. Now the beautiful thing in flipping tiles, if you're gonna do it in the short term, it's quick profits, right? In the long term, it's also, I believe, gonna be like big profits. That's one of the strategies. Another strategy is where you buy huge pieces of land and you kind of just wait and see what happens. The reason why you do this is because A, you can build in later phases, as we talked about earlier. You can build on your land, so it makes sense to have a lot of land. Now, second of all, another reason that people do this is because you get something called land income tax, which depending on your class, if you own a lot of class 1 tiles, like a large area of them, you get X amount of money per day. Now keep in mind you need a lot of tiles for this to be any substantial amount. But basically what I did was I used this land income tax here to reinvest and buy new land, which so far has worked pretty well for me. Another strategy that people use, it's where they go for gathering resources right on the side. Not only gathering resources, but you have your typical plot of land, and then you also go for some natural resource deposits, right? As an example, let's say that you have a belief that Earth 2 will have a very big focus on wood. You find somewhere in the world, in the actual world, where there's a lot of wood, and then you kind of buy tiles in that area so that in future phases you can get wood out of those tiles. People generally do this with like gold mines and silver mines and oil. And how you find out about where you can like possibly find a gold mine and locate one, it's basically you go on Google Map, type in gold mine, and then you get the address and you plug it into the search bar here, and it's gonna take you there. And if the tiles there are bought, you can't use that gold mine, but right, you can just keep going and eventually you'll find some. So you wanna like establish which strategy do you want to use. Some strategies are more long term than others. Are you in for quick profits or are you in for long term playing? Because if you're in for quick profits, you might wanna, flip tiles, buy somewhere where there's a lot of hype, and then sell afterwards, right? You can make a lot of easy money. About some tiles I bought last week have increased by like 120%, right? Which is easy profit if you invest a big amount. But basically what I'm trying to say here is that the amount of the amount of thinking about your strategy is also important, because you need to have a proper strategy that you're gonna operate. For step number 4, what you're going to want to do is join different Facebook groups and also different Discord groups. This is basically done so that you can interact with other people. Well, excuse my Danish accent. So that you can interact with other people here that also has some sort of passion for Earth 2. This will help get a hint of where are people building a city, as I mentioned earlier, like in the middle of the Sahara Desert. I've found out due to different Facebook groups. Now, I definitely also recommend you first of all join the actual what do you call that? The actual Earth 2 group for like the devs, which is the second one here, the one called Earth 2 here. I definitely recommend you join this, because this is going to be basically official information. Now, after we've done this, I also suggest that you go ahead and join the Earth 2 official community. This one is private, so I can't show you as of. Oh, actually, I can. Never mind, I couldn't before. Over here, you're gonna see a lot of different people. This is where people post their questions and whatnot. And then, what you also want to do is you want to type in Earth 2 Discord, and this is gonna give you different Discord servers you can join. Now, the Discord servers aren't a must, but they're a nice plus, you know. But definitely join the Facebook groups. That's alright, guys. For the final step, which is gonna be step 5, this is making your actual investment. Okay. So what you wanna do is, if you haven't already, go ahead, press right here, log in, sign up, create an account, or log in. Now this is gonna bring you to a screen. In order to add funds, around up here in the upper right corner, you're gonna have like have your nickname. Press that, or tap it, or click it, and then press settings down below. Scroll a little down, and it's gonna bring you to a place where you can either use PayPal or your credit card. Now you want to add funds, and after you add funds, you want to press on buy land. Since we're in phase 1, this is still the most effective place to buy land, because the marketplace sometimes is filled with scammers. So basically, here we have the map. If I want to buy, let's say here, I zoom in until I see the little squares appear. They still haven't appeared. There, now the squares are here, right? You can tap, drag, up here it says your price, and you scroll down here, and you press buy now. That's basically how you make your first investment, guys. Now keep in mind, what you can also do is you can go here, you can press countries, and then you can see which countries are cheap and like what's their prices, right? So what I do is I often look at like the ones all the way to the left, right? See if any of them have sold below 100,000 tiles, so they're still class 1, and then basically buy those. Now some of these you can't buy them because they're not open yet, but when they're available, definitely check them out too. But basically here you see like which country you want to invest in and what's their price, and then you can search for them here in the buy land section. Let's say I want to buy in, I don't even know, let's say New York. Okay, I go here, type in New York, press US, and now we're in New York, and you can buy tiles here. Keep in mind, look, you see how there's other like flags here? It's because people have already bought here. So you can't buy these unless you place a bid, but don't buy any land that's already been bought. That's basically it. And well, guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please leave a like, subscribe, and also comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video. And yeah, enjoy your life and nice investments. Keep it safe, keep it profitable. Peace.